everybody, it's Christine. It is day 12 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Let me show you the sketch. I have to be honest, when I first looked at this, I was really, y'all ever feel like a goofball? I do. I feel like a goofball quite a bit. When I first looked at this, for whatever reason, I saw this as the 12 by 12 piece. And I'm like, wait a minute, how's she putting the title off the piece of paper? And I was like, oh my God, Christine. No, this is your 12 by 12. And then here's your, your little embellishments up there. You got your title and your journaling. And this is some kind of little center, deal that you're putting together. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, so that's the deal, right? So you got this 12 by 12. And then there's kind of this center, like, photo assembly. I don't know what to call it really, but you've got like your photo going horizontal here, and then there's a little vertical element. I'm imagining a couple of pieces of pattern paper there, and then a piece of pattern paper going kind of horizontal. And I think she's intending, I'm imagining either ribbon or string or something kind of coming off the sides, or maybe even paper banners of some kind maybe. Although for some reason string and ribbon kind of speak more to me. And then, of course, your title. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be other than maybe embellishment. So I'm about to think about this because I just made a comment on my yesterday's video. I'm not a, quote, symmetrical person. So I'm not one to really put things on either side. So I'll have to kind of think about that because, I mean, honestly, as a sketch, it's not making you put the same thing on each side, right? So I'll think on that one. I'm not really sure just yet. This is kind of neat. I love that it's so, it's not giving you, it's kind of hinting to you what to do. You know what I mean? Anyway, it is by Catherine Ronson. So, Catherine, thank you for the inspiration. And what I pulled out is a photo that is not very good. It is not a good photo. But it's my baby, and she's so cute. And she had this cute little outfit on. And I don't know why it spoke to me, but for some reason, she just looks so cute. It's a blurry photo. The lighting's not good. I guess I'm kind of showing y'all this to let you know that it's okay to scrapbook photos that are not professional quality. It is. It's perfectly fine. Because this is my baby and I remember her and I love her. And part of it is because I did dress this child, y'all. She had so many clothes. Before she was born, we had a double closet full of clothes. This one was fashion, fashion, fashion. We had matching hats and or headbands and shoes for every outfit. And so this kind of made me think of that because she's got this little hat on. And if you could have seen it, it was really cute. Anyways, I pulled out New Day because I thought the colors kind of went with this. And, she's a new baby and stuff like that. So I'm kind of thinking, oh, that's cute. In a sky full of clouds, be a rainbow. So maybe I'll use that. I think that's really cute. And then I have some puffy stickers. So that's what I have to work with here. I think in this little collection, because it's a little collection. Yep, there's stickers on the back. Oh, this is so cute. Yep. I'm excited. So this is what I'm going to use. I hadn't figured nothing else out. So give me just a minute. And like I normally do, I'll come back on here after I've kind of picked out the papers and stuff like that. And we will talk soon. All right, gang, so I have been making some decisions. I pulled out some white cardstock because I think I'm going to have to separate some of this with white, which doesn't make me sad. And I had decided I'm going to go with a busy background, y'all. I know, it can be crazy. So I got this pretty pink and white floral. I think it's pink and white. I don't think it's pink on pink, but it looks a lot of pink, I guess is the point. And I've got that. I'm going to make that the main background with. I'm going to border it with this white. And then the middle little piece is going to be this green plaid. I think that's a nice little offset there. And then what I've done is I have gutted. I'll show you this. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here. So I pulled this little phrase out of here, out of the middle of this cut apart. And I did this on purpose. I gut this on purpose so that in case I decide I want to use this as any kind of middle or background or something like that. So I haven't torn it up already. Although I do like some of these other little cut aparts, but I'm going to leave it as it is for the moment in case I decide. So I just cut out the middle piece that I wanted. And I did a very similar thing with this plaid. I wanted to use the plaid for the top and bottom stuff, but I didn't want to ruin it because I think it's a great plaid. And I do typically like to border things with plaid and stuff. So I did that as well. So I've gutted the middle of that guy. So I'm going to trim this, by the way, because it's top and bottom. That's why this is so narrow. I'll cut that in half and then I'll trim it along. So that's going to go on the little plaid. And then I've decided with this thing, I'm probably going to mat it here. And then with, I think, some white, I need to kind of work on this just a little bit. And it'll get matted on the side. And then I did pull out this ribbon. It's an old Stampin' Up! Ribbon, but it's real pretty. It's like just a simple white, honestly. But it's a pretty little ribbon. I think I'm going to put that along the sides. I need to go get my stapler. Let's see. I have not guessed that. I have not pulled out the title. I mean, you know, I've got this little sticker sheet here, and I could use happy, which could be pretty. But I typically like to use I kind of like to use a dimensional title. So I may go look and see what I have in my little thickers over there and see if anything looks good. I kind of want to maybe use a white title is why. So I have to go look and see if I have anything in the white. Or I may use white letters. Maybe I'll do something on top of happy. I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. Isn't it crazy when you start working on something, you realize I hadn't figured everything out, and through the process, you just figure it all out. Okay, well, anyway, that's where I'm at. I will gut this as well, this white cardstock, so I can use it as mats and things. And so I'm going to do some of that stuff, and then I will come back on shortly. All right, talk soon. Okay, gang. So I have already now gutted my white cardstock, and I have mounted that pink flower paper on that. I did ink the edges. I don't think I showed y'all that, but I did grab some old Stampin' Up! Ink. It's called Whisper White. It's their craft ink. And I did ink the edges of the pink and white floral. It's really subtle. I can't even sit here and tell you. You can't see it real well, but it just kind of softened the edges to me a little bit to provide a little relief when it was going off into the white cardstock. And now I am mounting my photo. I've got the little green floral that I showed you guys. And I'm adding white cardstock behind that. And then I kind of look at it and I think, oh, I need a little something extra. So I'm going to go look and I try this white, like florally striped deal. And I go, no, that's not going to work. And then I try without it again, just kind of looking. And I'm like, well, maybe I'll go ahead and trim up this. Well, no, right there I'm thinking that's crooked. But then I go, no, it's not crooked. It's all right. I use my T-square. At least I think it's not crooked. Later, I actually take it out because I took a little while. I was just struggling with it to make sure it was straight. I put it on that plaid there and it looked weird to me. So I go ahead and trim off these edges here though, because it was kind of messing with my eyeballs. And I look back at my picture again and I go, no, I still need a little something. When I start putting this on here, I just decide I need a little something. So I'm going to go back into my little paper set over there and I'm going to find a blue, like the little Wedgwood blue with a white polka dot, and decide to use that. So you'll see me just a second kind of looking there. It kind of hurts me inside to cut into papers that the backside's pretty too, but that it's got little cameras, I think, on the backside, and I like them, but I think I wouldn't probably ever use it as a full sheet, so I'm okay just cutting this corner out here. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this out here. And again, I don't know that I show you for sure, to be honest, but I'll come back in with that Whisper White ink, and I'll go ahead and add a little subtle white background to it as well. But again, I don't know if I can't remember now. I'm trying to edit because honestly, I had about 37 minutes of filming here, and that's even with me stopping when I do certain things. And I go, nobody's going to sit here and watch 37 minutes of me doing this. Here's where I'm going to cut this plaid into the little base piece. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Either my picture's too big or my photo base is too big or something. So I'm not able to I can't fit the little ribbons on the side of the photo. So I won't end up doing that. You'll see me toward the end. You'll see me, well, not toward the end, but you'll see me add the little ribbons, but I'm only going to do it on the one little piece. So, yeah, I don't know if my photo was too big or what the deal was, but it just ended up not working. So I'm just going to kind of do it like that. I'm looking to see, okay, is this going to work? And I think, okay, that looks good. Now, you may be looking at that and going, well, your title, your little word, phrase, journal, square deal, the title's off to the right there, and I'm okay with that. I'll do something toward the end that's not even really on the sketch or anything like that, but I think kind of addresses that. And so I think that looks kind of cute. So yeah, here's where I'm doing that Whisper White ink. You're seeing me do the edges of all these little papers here. And again, when you look at it, I can't sit here and tell you that it's real visible, but to me, it does kind of soften those edges, and I'm happy with that. Yeah, so here's where I'm doing the edges there. So I'm not going to make you watch too much more of this. I'm going to end up running off after this and getting my ribbon, and I'm going to trim my little pieces, and then I'm going to cut like 3 of them, and the little fishtail banners, whatever, the little tips on it, and I'll come back on when I'm on the last one so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And so there we go. Oh, and I also forgot to tell you, I put foam up underneath the picture. I did lift the picture up on foam. And I cut that out as well. So here's where I'm on those last little bit of my last little ribbon here. Now, one of my little tricks, y'all, if I try to staple that thing just like that, it just pops open. It does all these things. So I do use a little glue dot in between, and I'll just hold the ribbon kind of together, you know, like that. See, I use my little glue dot, and I'll do that to all 4 before I try to staple it. Because if I try to staple it when they're not glued together, all it does is gets crooked and a mess. I just make a mess. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Let's see what I got going on. Sorry, my cat's over here getting into stuff as usual. And she keeps sticking her hiney in my face, y'all. How does it, the cats just know what they're doing? I swear they're smarter than they look sometimes. Okay, so here's where I got my little ribbons. And I used my little Tim Holtz tiny attacher. And I like this one. I started doing it at an angle. And I went, no, Christine, do it straight up and down. So I don't know if in the sketch she technically shows it stapled on, but in the upper right corner, she has a little embellishment kind of sketched out in there. It looks to me like it's staples, so I use staples up there as well. So what I did is I did the top one, and then I did the bottom one on the little ribbon there so I can make sure that I evenly space the ones in the middle between a top and a bottom where I wanted it. Because if I start at the top and work my way down, inevitably I end up too short or too long or something like that. So I like to do the top and then the bottom and then fill in the middles. All right, now I'm going to glue that down, and I kind of sketch it to the left. Now, again, you can kind of see there. If I had tried to put ribbons on the edge of the photograph, it wouldn't have done right because it's too far into where the other ribbons are. So that's what happened. Now I thought to myself, I got to make those little banners at the top. So I did flip out that same piece of blue and white is that true? I got the green plaid. And then, no, it's not the blue and white polka dot. It's the little blue and white floral that's on the back side. It's really pretty. I don't think I technically use this other little pattern anywhere, but the colors are all the same, so it's okay. And I cut the two different shapes that she shows in the sketch. Y'all, that was my cat. Yep, she's gotten into stuff. I put the two different little shapes together. I do put the glue a little bit too far to the left there, so I'll just kind of wipe it off with my finger. It's ATG. You can kind of do that if you don't stick nothing on it right away. And then I'm going to stick that down, and I'll have it poking out the top for just a minute because I'm not 100% sure it's the right length. It will end up being the right length, so I'm okay, but at the moment I leave it like that just in case. Now I'm going to go into my stickers and stuff. I go, okay, I got to do my title. And I do end up using that, as I mentioned in the beginning, I said I think I was going to use Happy Baby or make it like Happy or whatever. I think I said Happy Baby in the beginning. I'm not sure. That is what I end up doing is Beautiful Happy Baby. Now, I'm going to be honest. These letters are hard to see on this busy background. I know that. It's okay. I'm cool with it. I'm going to come in here. I'm just making sure they're straight. Of course, they weren't straight. I had to fix it. I did actually flip the two P's. I think on the sheet, they're kind of imagining, I'm imagining they're thinking rainbow order, Roy G. Biv. But I wanted my two yellows to be a little separate. So I did flip my two P's. Not a big deal at all. So now I have beautiful. I put happy down, and I'm going to spell out the word baby with this pretty little puffy font thing here. I think it's Pink Fresh, and it's got these cute little, it's white with these cute little gold touches on the sides of the letters. It's just like, I don't know if it's embossed stamps or something. It's not really raised on the letter because the letter itself is raised, but it's a pretty little gold touch, and I really like that. And I make the whole title Beautiful Happy Baby. And I kind of overlap the things. I have happy kind of overlap beautiful just a little bit. And I overlap baby on top of happy a little bit. And I like how this looks. Again, I think I've alluded to this before, but when I used to bullet journal, I used to write like with a marker, a bigger word, and then kind of use a pen to go over that word. And I thought that looked pretty. And I've started doing this now and again on my titles, and I think it looks kind of neat. All right, so I trimmed off my two little banner pieces. I'm going to use my stapler up there as she kind of showed on the sketch. If I'm honest, I had a thing on my window on my screen that was covering up the right-hand side of that. I kept looking at it thinking, you're a little off balance, you're a little off balance. Well, when I uncovered the whole sketch, I saw why. There's a little circular element on the right-hand side. So I'll end up fixing that. So anyway, I'm going through the stickers and the, not ephemera, but the stickers and the chipboard pieces. Y'all, I felt like an idiot. I could have sworn most chipboard's adhesive on the back. And so I pulled this out thinking it was going to be adhesive on the back, and I realized, no, it's not adhesive on the back. I have to use my own glue, which is totally fine because I usually 9 times out of 10 doing it anyway. And maybe that's a smart way for them to save a little money when they're making these things, because if we're all using glue anyway, why put the adhesive on the back? I don't really know, but I thought that was clever. So what I'm doing here, the little card says, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? And I'm kind of taking these, if you'll notice, I'm putting these little boba tees on here, and it's kind of an allusion to the career that she's chosen. So my daughter is in a company that sells nutrition products. So she's been an athlete. She's into gut health and all these things. So she's works for, she has her own business. But anyway, she sells nutrition products, and part of that is teas. She doesn't sell boba teas, but, this is the stickers I got to work with. So I'm putting these couple little pieces, these little teas here. And then I'm going to take a florals. I do the florals. So on the sketch, you saw like on either side of the title, I mentioned this, I'm not really a symmetrical person. So I end up kind of doing two different things on either side of the title, but I think it looks really cute. Now I put my little sun up there in the upper right with a little shine on. And now I'm kind of looking at over here, this card. And as I mentioned in the beginning, it looked a little, it was kind of intentional in some sense because I knew I was going to do something, but I didn't know yet. And I started looking, I go, oh, these little stickers on here, there's cute little florals and little birds. And I can make it kind of go, you know, with their little rainbow. So I start putting these little things down to figure out, you know, I put some florals, like I said, in the birds. And I'm kind of organized these a little bit. I move them around just a hair, but in the end, I'm kind of happy with how this looks. I also added to the top where it says plant smiles, grow laughter, and harvest love, because that's just who she is. I mean, she's just like that. And after I did all that, that's all I do to this, y'all. So there's the slow down there for you to see the close-ups, and you'll see a few little, I don't know, what do you call them? I guess close-up pictures. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you check out the playlist. Tons of people are playing along. Check out my Instagram at Scrapping Harden. There's a hashtag 30DSCBL10, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.